The Nigerian government, yes, the Nigerian government said on Monday that it has no plan on hosting foreign military base within its borders. Interesting. Information Minister Mohammed Idris described as false alarms the suspicion among observers that the government was considering approving military bases from the United States of America and France following their ejection from neighboring Niger. You hear that? Crazy stuff. So the Nigerian government said no, it's not truth. We are not planning to host Americans or French.
People should say what is right for our country. The federal government of Nigeria is not in any way contemplating or inviting any foreign national to set up a base. But of course, you know that we have collaboration and cooperation with foreign countries to fight insecurity in this country, and we continue to do that. But no such military base is in contemplation by the Nigerian government.
So over the weekend, a group of northern leaders wrote an open letter to President Bola Tinubu, asking him to tread with caution over the alleged signing of the defense pacts with the United States of America and the French government. So some people have heard some noise, it's not official, that President Tinubu of Nigeria was looking to sign something interesting, a military pact with America and France, after they were kicked out of Niger. Nigeria signing a defense pact, they say, with the United States of America will be a profound threat to the country's sovereignty and independence, said Jibrin Ibrahim, a senior fellow at the Center of Democracy Development and one of the signatories to the open letter. Nigeria signing a defense pact with the United States of America will be a profound threat to the country's sovereignty and independence.
The equipment they are bringing into the country, we feel is a profound threat to our sovereignty and independence as a nation.
Fellas, once more, we're back at it again. I think it's very interesting to see. This is Nigeria. Here's a map. Very interesting country. The most populous country in Africa. Yes, the most people. Yeah. Hundreds of millions of people live in Nigeria. That's certainly one of the reasons why you hear about Nigerians all the time. Because there are plenty of Nigerians on earth. Niger, this is Niger. And this is Nigeria. Again, this is Niger and this is Nigeria. The official language spoken in Niger is France. And the official language spoken in Nigeria is English. Why? Because French colonized Niger and English, British colonized Nigeria. But in a mean, some of the people are the same people at the borders. Anyway, let's get back to track. Niger, a few months ago, kicked away French soldiers who were stationed in Niger for many, many years. Let me just remind you, Niger being colonized by France, just like France did with many other African countries that they colonized. Once they left Africa after independence in 1960s, they signed an agreement saying after independence equal before independence. So nothing's really going to change. Even though we're giving you independence, we're still going to have our military station in your countries. And our businesses will be run in your countries. Anyway, French soldiers were in Niger supposedly to fight terrorism. But after a while, the Nigerian government felt that they were not being very productive because, they had been there for over a decade and nothing had changed. So they say, what's the reason of keeping you in our country if you're not fixing things? You know what? Get out. Goodbye. You're costing us too much. They kicked the French out. Americans were stationed in Niger too. And their role apparently was to train the Nigerian military against the terrorists. And also, America seized the opportunity to build a massive base in Niger named Agadez. They spent about $100 million. Now, after Niger started cooperating with Russia, Niger asked Americans to leave too. Now, Americans are scrambling to try to find a way out. People believe, some observers believe, America and France are now trying to go to Nigeria and have a brand new military base and sign a brand new military pact with Nigeria. So some smart people in Nigeria that see this coming have sent an open letter to the president telling him, hey, dude, we can see you coming. We see what you're playing. We know you're trying to host Americans and French. Please do not do this because this is dangerous to our sovereignty. The idea of a foreign imperialist power having military base where Nigeria has no right of access, where Nigeria cannot ask questions about who is it, who are they sending here, whereas the agreement they had done with other countries, they cannot show to Nigeria or the receiving countries the equipment they are bringing into the country. We feel it as a threat to our sovereignty and independence. So basically what he's saying is what? Americans will come to your country and try to build a base, a military base, but they will not disclose what weapons they have in your country. They will not disclose what machines, what technology, what stuff they have in your country. And that is unacceptable. That's dangerous, as per this person, to the sovereignty of the country. It's unacceptable. So he gave an example. He said in Niger, you're in Niger, remember? This is Nigeria, this is Niger. Niger, which had a defense pact with America, have sent Americans away for various reasons, including the fact that they were not allowed any type of weapons that were being deployed and the drones that were being sent out from the base in the country. The Nigerian government did not know composition of the weapons and did not know whether they had nuclear materials or anything inside.
Is that Niger was not allowed to see the type of weapons that were being deployed and the type of drones that were being sent out from the base, American base in the country. They didn't know whether there were nuclear material inside. They didn't know the composition of those weapons, and they were very much afraid that it could have terrible environmental impact.
So basically, we're coming to your country, we build our base, but we're not disclosing anything. No, you have no access to our base because our base is private. Yeah, you cannot control us, you cannot monitor us. So my question is this: is Nigeria or the President Tinubu and his people trying to host French and Americans without the consent of Nigerians? That's a very interesting point. The observers have seen something happening between these two communications, America and the government of Tinubu. And obviously, before any American troops or French troops come into your country, they're going to send you money. It's not for free. We're going to offer you hundreds of millions of dollars. Africans don't refuse money. I'm sorry to tell you that. And Nigeria is known as one of the most corrupt countries in the world. I'm just saying. And we're just being honest here, okay? Don't be angry. We're just being honest. But that's probably the reason why you live in the UK, right? Or in Uganda, or in Dubai. Because of the corruption. We need to fight the corruption. So some of these people can see this coming from afar. Why do you want to purposely lose your sovereignty? Because of money. Yes, they're going to give you money. It's not for free. Now, the Nigerian government has rejected these accusations, saying it's false. It's a dream. Big question mark. You let me know. In the meantime, fellas, something interesting happening in Ghana. Here's Ghana. Beautiful place, lovely people. Go visit Ghana. If you are part of the diaspora, you are Jamaican, you're from the Caribbean, from the US, or any other place in the world, never visited Africa before, Ghana is one of the countries I would suggest you go have a look at. Very peaceful people, very interesting. Something really crazy is happening in Ghana right now. We know that many, many years ago, British came to Africa and looted. They stole goods and diamonds and gold and treasures and many, many things. They took it away. They destroyed cultures. I'm just being honest here. Ghana was not spared. So in 1874, during the Ashanti and Anglo War, British people, after defeating the Ashanti people, stole many, many things, many artifacts, many expensive things. And they took all these stuff that they took from Africa, sending them to museums in Europe, where people can come and pay money and see. And until now, in 2024, there are many things that belong to Africa that still sit in museums in Europe. Now, this is very funny. A UK museum has brought some of the artifacts back to Ghana. Congratulations. And the king of the Ashanti was celebrating because, well, they took some of the stuff from their kingdom. Now they're bringing it back many, many, many years after. But what's intriguing to me is that they've brought them temporarily. A UK museum temporarily returned stolen 19th century Ashanti treasures back to Ghana. In a significant cultural restoration, 38 royal Ashanti artifacts were returned to Ghana on a long-term loan. So the British people are returning temporarily the stuff that they stole from the Ghanaians. So you're going to look at them temporarily, then we're taking them back to Britain. What kind of stupid is that? The treasures which were stolen during colonial era, including gold, silver, regalia from Ashanti royal court, the return was negotiated directly by the Ashanti people ruler, Otumfo Osei Tututu, bypassing the government. So the king bypassed the government, apparently, and went and negotiated the return of the artifact. The artifacts are in Ghana. People are celebrating, dancing, just dancing. But the owner, the British, are taking them back to Britain.
We are displaying this for you to see that the items that were stolen, looted in 1874, not all of them has returned, but that what we have here still embodies the soul of Ashanti. And I believe within the period that they are being displayed here, you make an effort, everybody, to come in and visit to see it yourselves.
Is this democracy, fellas? Are we living in a stupid world, or are we living? I don't know. I mean, you come to my house with stuff that you stole, then you just ask my children to look at the stuff that you stole from their father. Then you say, bye-bye, I got your father's shirt. Bye-bye, next time you must pay me again so I can come show you. And you can dance around it and remember him. What's wrong, Gallo? Can't nobody just like take it by force and run with it in the forest or something? Like, really? What kind of justice do you want? Who's going to fight for you? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. Nigeria apparently looking to host Americans and French, and we hope it's not truth, it's not happening, because we know in Nigeria in the past, Nigeria refused to host AFRICOM, the military segment of the Americans in Africa. But is things changing? That was in 2007. It was another president. This is another president. Is this really happening? Because observers say that they can see, they know that Americans and French are negotiating with the president to build a station, to build a military base in Nigeria. What do you feel about this, fellas? Let me know. I mean, obviously, they're not going to come empty-handed. They bring in money, and you're not going to be part of the people that's going to get that money. You want. You know you want. And again, in Ashanti, Ghana, beautiful country that I love very much. Here's the map again. Lovely people. They brought them the stuff that the British stole from them just to show them. They're lending them, so it's a loan. Just dance around it like Africans do and send it back to Britain. Britain took a lot of things from Africa. Even the crown, the kingdom crown that the queen used to wear, has got stones that were stolen from Africa, from South Africa, and a big stone that was stolen from India. Yeah, but then they're going to teach us about a moral lesson. Don't come to Britain. We cannot accept all these refugees, all these asylum seekers, illegal immigration. But they forget they started illegal immigration. When they came to Africa, they took no visa. They came by force. They looted. They took stuff. They destroyed cultures, stole things. Nobody spoke. But today, oh no, we cannot host everybody. That's why Africans want to go, because you stole so much stuff from Africa. How about you return all the stuff you took from Africans? Return all the good, the gold, the diamonds. Yeah, return all the stuff. So then you can say people shouldn't come as illegal immigrants. You the first illegal immigrant. God bless.